Andrew McCart, IFLTV, delighted to be joined by Dalton Smith himself. Dalton, the first time I've been to the Steel City gym, and tell you what, it's deceiving. All I've seen is photos from people in the ring, but this whole fitness side, all them bags, you've got 2 rings. I didn't know that were in here, 2 20-foot rings, so impressive gym.
Yeah, you know, my dad, like he makes sure we've got everything we need in here. Like I said, originally we just had that part, then we got this. You know, my dad somehow got this bit in here and you know, made it into his S&C part as well. So yeah, we don't go without in this gym. We've got everything we need and it's well looked after. So yeah.
Definitely. I'll tell you what, you've got everything here. You've got that horrible assault bike. I don't like that. You've got all the weights. You've got everything you need, like you say, in terms of heavy bags and 2 20-foot rings and whatnot. So perfect gym to start your preparation for an assault in 2025, and it starts on the 25th of January. Again, forgive me, I probably can't pronounce his name. Waliduzi, right? A French kid.
Right, yeah. Respect me if it's wrong, but yeah, that's how I think he pronounced it. Yeah.
Well, again, it starts, that assault, 2025. 2024 was a good year for you. You got some good wins. Sapira was a cracking win. Probably one of the people, you were going to be my knockout of the year, because I just think that little short right hand stabbing at the solar plexus is a shot we don't see a lot. But that was going to be my knockout of the year, ahead of Dubois, Joshua. But yeah, 2024 is done. Your assault in 2025 starts on the 25th in Nottingham, where you made your debut. How excited are you?
Do you know what? I'm excited to, you know, be this close to a fight now. Obviously, it's been like 9-10 months since my last fight. You know, and those fighters will get itchy knuckles. So, you know, I just want to get back in there and, you know, put on a great performance. I'm feeling good. Obviously, the injuries are sorted now. So, you know, I'm just looking forward to starting 2025, starting it early, and, you know, looking forward to an impressive and busy year.
What do you know of Walid, your opponent? Only lost twice, never been stopped. We know these French fighters, they're tough, they're game, and they like to fight. I mean, I was out in Monte Carlo and saw Jeff Clark against an unknown French kid, and look what happened there. So, again, it's one of them tests where you might think it's not the name you're after, but you can't slip up here.
Exactly, you just said it there. Sometimes it's not the biggest name you've been looking after, but these are the banana skin fights. And, you know, Walid, He's a game opponent. He's experienced, like you say. He's only got 2 defeats on his record against, you know, there was good kids. So, you know, I prepared like I would for any of the top guys. You know, give 110% all the time. So, you know, this is a fight for me. I want to go in there and put on a statement. I want to put on a big performance and start the year right.
European title, not the person you probably want. We can talk about it, Adam, who you wanted to face for the European title, not the person you want to face. But for you though, can you revisit that Adam Azim fight, or is that fight, are you looking for bigger and better things? I mean, like I said to you, 2025, that European title, the next step is probably a fringe world title challenger, maybe an inner world title fight after that. Is that sort of the route you're pathed out for yourself?
Exactly, you know, it's kind of all news a little bit, and, you know, I'm kind of bored of it now, you know what I mean? So it's, obviously I've got bigger things to worry about, and, you know, obviously Adam's on his journey, but look, it's boxing, it's a big fight there, and obviously if the paths come together, they come together, but look, I'm on a bigger and better journey. So
when you look at that 140-pound division, obviously all going well the 25th. We know that Eddie's got Richardson Hitchens in there. Are those the names you're after? I mean, Liam Parrow was probably penciled in for you at some point, no doubt, with Eddie. He likes to keep everything in-house. But when you look at 2025 and the route that you want to take, Richardson Hitchens, who do you want? Who out this? I mean, Jack Catterall's there as well. If he beats Barboza and wins a world title, that's an all-British clash, which is mouth-watering. Have you thought about that? What have you thought about looking at 2025?
Of course, everything you've just said is what I thought about. Obviously, the position I'm in now, and obviously the journey, and I'm heading down. Obviously, I'm ranked number 2 in the WBC now, so it's, of course, I'll be looking very highly at the winner between Sandor Martin and Puello. Obviously, I'll be in a great position for that. So, but yeah, you've got to see it from all angles. You know, anything can happen in boxing. So, there's some big fights there, especially in the next year, 18 months. Everything you've just said there. So, you know, that's why all these fights, what I'm taking now, every fight up to that, I've got to look good. I've got to put great performances in, and like I say, I'm in touching distance to those world titles.
Are you not ranked in the WBO? Because I was going to mention Teofimo Lopez. Where are you in the WBO?
I could possibly do. You know, I don't even look at the rankings. I just know I'm ranked well in the WBC. Look, I never even look at the rankings. Obviously, that's something what my manager and my dad do to manoeuvre things and stuff. But look, I literally, when I'm home, I don't look into all the rankings like this. I literally just turn up to the gym every single day. I look who's on a trajectory where I could be on a trajectory towards, and that's how I just come to the gym. I train, I learn, and whatever's a plan to come, that's where I look towards. But I'm not one of these who goes into everything with the rankings, this and that, because I don't think it really means anything.
And like I said to you, on when you made your debut in Nottingham, we spoke a little bit off camera there, and I said to you, like, after your debut, I was like, I'm a fan because I like the way you fight. And the Cepeda win for me, that knockout, the way you stopped Cepeda, that sneaky right hand, that's just, again, something you've clearly worked on with your dad, clearly in the gym, because it was a shot that just was timed perfectly. The way you fight, it seems like the better the name you come against, the better Dalton Smith we get. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I think if you look at my performances, but I've always been like it from the amateurs. I'd have a mediocre performance against someone who's, like domestic level when we was, and then I get called up to the WSB against the Cubans, and I'd have the best performance. So I think it is better to be like that. But the bigger the occasion, the better fighter you get. But of course, you've got to be on it for every single fight, and we learn from those when we think, oh, we'll just get through this one. Those are the ones that what can be your toughest night. So that's all learning, and we get to this position, and we know every fight we go into is a risk, big risk.
And for you though, I know you've got a tough test on the 25th, so forgive me for asking these questions, Dalton, but we have to ask them. As British boxing fans, when we look at Boazzi Cam Smith, we're like, finally, we're going to get a dust up. When we look at Joshua Dubois, do you know what I mean? We're like, all British heavyweight clash. We love that. When we looked at Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall, look at the magnitude of those two fights. Now, you and Jack Catterall's winning. He's got a tough fight against Barboza. Yourself. Now, when we, again, go back to your debut, when we spoke about this, Jack Catterall was over there. You were down here. It seems like you're catching up now. And again, stranger things have happened in boxing. Can you see you against Jack Catterall in the near future?
Of course I can, yeah. And like you say, the British fans love the all British fights. So that's what me and Adam Azim is. It's what me and Jack Catterall is. Those are the big fights. So look, obviously we've still got to keep winning and obviously staying, keeping those positions. And then, like you said, boxing, anything can happen.
World title this year, do you think?
I'd love it. I'd love it, and I'd be confident we get the opportunity, and when it comes, I'll be ready.
If you had to pick, if you had a promoter's hat and you had to pick of all these world champions, you mentioned the Sardon Martin Puello fight for the WBC, you're highly ranked, but then you've got guys like Teofimo Lopez looking for a fight, the winner Barboza, Jack Catterall. Do you know what I mean? It's you've got, like I say, Richards and Hitchens as well. So there's some dangerous and tasty names out there.
Some dangerous fights, some big fights, but I'm a dangerous fighter myself. So, but for me, the WBC is it's the best of the best. Like it's the belt I've always looked up to. So for me, if you had to pick every fighter you ask, oh, what's your favourite world title? Everybody's got one. And for me, I love a WBC. I love a green and gold belt, and then collect the rest after that.
Are you going to the fight then? Will you go ringside and maybe cause a ruckus and get your name out there?
Possibly, yeah.
One final one. Like I said to you, this is a banana skin fight. You cannot slip up on the 25th of January. So fully focused on that, and then me and you could probably talk about all the rest of this nonsense we're talking about. But what's going to happen 25th of January?
A big performance. Obviously, I'm sharp, I'm fit, and just pick up where I left off from last year. Prove everyone how good I really am.
Dalton, thank you, brother. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you, man. Thank you, champ. Thank you.